Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jane and this is the Overseas Nursing Band. And here we talk about all things overseas nursing. We talk about our mental health, we do vlogs, we have inspirationals, and yeah, that's all we do. And I want to ask you, how are you doing? Are you all right? Really, how are you doing? Sure you're good? All right, thank you. So as you can see from the title today, this is what we're doing, talking about being an immigrant in here. So, and today I have someone special with me. I'll just let her do the honors and introduce my darling sister.
Thank you. Thank you, and hello everyone, and thank you for watching us today, taking your important time to watch us today. I just want to thank my beautiful friend for inviting me to her special YouTube channel. And as we go on, you get to know. My name is Linda, anyway. And as we go on, you get to know why we are talking about what we are talking about, and and the reason why we met as friends. And I believe that's one of why we want to share too.
Yeah. So, as she has told you, we're just going to get right into it. As this overseas nursing band, and most nurses are coming from overseas to come and study here in the UK. Not just nurses, we have different areas of life, different accountants, just different areas. You're coming as an immigrant to come to the UK.
People coming to look for greener pastures.
Exactly, that sums it up. And then you come here, it's a different one entirely. There's this culture shock that we're not used to. You know how it is
back home. When you have families, you have your household, you have your parents there, the community help you to raise your children.
Community, that's the key word she has said, the community, because we raise our children as a community. When they're going on the streets and do something wrong, before they get home, the mom has had what has happened.
They know auntie will tell my mom. When she sees auntie, she hides because it's like, oh, auntie will tell my mom.
Yes, so that's the community raising the children. And then we just find ourselves in a new environment. Everything is different and everything is very strange and different, really. And you're saying, what can I do? And so today, you're a mom of 3, and you have, they're still in school, so you have to combine schooling, school runs, and you have a full-time job. So how are you going to manage? What do you do? What should happen? So you're coming, so want to kind of discuss. So
and
as a mom, how, the first question I want to ask you, as a mom, how did you find having 3 children, and you have 3 children and you have to manage to be able to, and you work as well, and you have a side business as well. So she's doing 3 things. She's working, she has a job, she has a side business, she has a church, she has other activities, and you have to take these children for different activities. So can you tell us how, or what would you advise someone that is coming in for the first time?
Okay. As my sister has said, having working, and even let's say you don't have a business and just working and raising children, or taking children, doing the school run, it wasn't easy for me. And for me, what actually helped me is that like we're saying, community. I was in a very beautiful church that the people there was like, everyone was like a family to me. And so we kind of network. And then what we do is, like, we help each other. And if someone is in need, I will help them. And if I'm in need, I can comfortably pick the phone up and say, my sister, tomorrow I can pick my child up. Will you be able to pick my child up for me? If she can't, she will say, no, I can't, but I think Sister B or Sister Sophie or Sister Grace is at home tomorrow. Can you call on Sister Sophie? So that's how I was able to get through all this 20 years or 18 years of my life in the UK.
All right. So I think the key point we've picked here, she joined a church community. She didn't just isolate. So you cannot afford to isolate yourself when you
No.
come and say, oh, it's just me, or not. You have to socially integrate into the system, meet other people in church, for example, her
Yeah,
church
and it's
community.
not just I was in church. It's not just that, you know, if you don't go to a church, I mean, it's good and important to find a church, but it's not everyone
That's a
that
Christian.
that's a Christian. And if you're not a Christian, just find a club or social activities or a friend. Like sometimes you don't need a whole community. Sometimes you don't need everyone. You need one, two, three people that are good and are committed, and and you can trust, because it's not everyone you want to take your child to their house. So you need someone that you can trust, that to
Yes.
say, oh, my child is here, so I'm relaxed. For me, when people pick my child, I'm not rushing to get home because I'm scared. Oh, I don't know what she's doing to my child. I'm
Very
relaxed.
true.
I'm relaxed because I trust them. So
Yes.
first of all, you have to build the friendship and the trust.
Very true.
How do you say, the trust?
Yes. with
And
them.
then you can be now comfortably to call on people to say, do this for me. And I feel like it's a two-way thing as well, just like you and I. Someone cannot, if one person is doing it all the time, trust me, you get tired.
It's true.
Because we are human, unless the person is not being truthful.
You don't take advantage. So what she's trying to say is, when you get yourself socially integrated, for example, if you're in church, you're in a mosque, or wherever your place you meet with people, or even when you get to the school and you discover that, oh, so and so person, we're going to do school runs together, you should be honest. Don't take advantage of people. Don't use people. Don't be a user of people. When the person is taking and taking, oh, you also offer. Don't try to be too smart. You think, oh, because sometimes the other person could be doing few hours, and then you now take it, and then you will leave your child with your
Neighbor
yeah,
or your friend.
and then you go and do you think they don't like money? You think they cannot go and work so many hours? No, don't do that. Take out time, make it to be fair, so that the person that is helping you will not feel left out, will not feel like you're being used.
Yeah. And sometimes you might not, let's say you might not have a car, and your friend might have a car, and you don't mind. Like me, if I'm going the same way, I don't think I mind taking the child every day, because my child is going there anyway. So if I think that, as an advice to somebody, if I think that I don't have a car and someone have a car and doing it every day, the person might not take money to say, oh, petrol, but find a way and bless the person, so that she feels that you appreciate what she's doing for you. So find a way is the word. Find a way and bless the person, because you might not be able to take their children on the bus. So you might not be able to do the same thing that she's doing for you, but in a way to be able to bless the person. And I would say that it's not. Thank you, my sister. It's not. This is
we need to be refreshing
and looking after ourselves.
Yeah. So.
And also, some people find it hard to ask, and they find it hard to make friends. And this is one of the important things that, as women, we need to learn, and we need to be able to feel confident, and also, what's the word, like, be able to be approachable, to be able to approach.
But Linda, something. If you don't, if you're saying, okay, I'm shy, I don't want to ask and everything, if you ask, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, and the world will come to an end. So why not go ahead instead of suffering under that burden? But I promise you, you will find help. You'll get people to assist you. Yeah.
The other things you can do as well, let's say you move to an area and you don't know who lives in your area to be able to help, because obviously the person has to live in your area. Like my sister lives in my area. You can't ask somebody who live in let's say a half an hour drive from you, 15-hour drive from you, to come and pick your child every day. So what you can do is, sometimes you can go to the school, ask them, oh, I've just moved to Headington, or I've just moved to this area. Would you be able to tell me
people that are living in my area?
Some school will not do it because they think it's their kind of privacy.
Privacy, confidentiality.
So, some school might not do it, but just ask some of the mothers, because now thank God to WhatsApp and social media. Now all the schools, they have like let's say
Facebook groups,
yeah,
and
or
all the WhatsApp groups.
So you can ask on the WhatsApp group that, oh, I just moved here. Do anybody live around my area? And once you find that there's somebody living in your area, then you can kind of approach him or approach her and just ask, you know, say, can we share, you know, instead of us carrying two cars, and it's economical for both of you as well. And you know, it's not one person doing all the time. So if let's say both of you have got a car, she's doing, let's say, Monday to Wednesday, the other one is doing, you know, Thursday to Friday, and the following week you can rotate or something. And you know what, you know, you go and ask the person, say, I don't even mind taking them all the time. If they insist to take them all the time, that's fine. But like, that's why we said that also find a way to bless them in a way.
Yeah. So what we're saying now, try and when you get here, you're coming from overseas, try and integrate into any of the groups, social groups. Try and know your area. And she also said to us that we can go to the school and find out parents that live in your area. So you've moved into a new area, say you come to Glasgow, for example, or you come to Northern Ireland, or you're in Birmingham and your child in a particular school. You go to the school, ask and find out who are those who live in my area. She said the schools might not be willing to give out some. Yeah. But there's another thing they have in the school. They have like the PTA, the Friends of the school, for example, kind of like a parents association in the schools. So you can attend and say, oh, who lives in my area? So you can, there's another avenue of getting help for your children.
Yes. I think it should be, we you know, as parents, and especially for parents or for a single parent, sometimes it can be overwhelming, it can be difficult. So find a good friend. If you, let's say you've moved overseas, you don't know anyone, let's say you came as a nurse, and sometimes they put you to, like, they take you to a city and then run shift, and you're on your own and everything. It could be very, very overwhelming. So for me, my advice to you is that, you know, try and don't be shy, like she said. You know, approach somebody or speak to people about it. Find yourself, the community that you are, find yourself what community, maybe wherever you are. Let's say if you are Ghanaian, Nigerian, whatever, you find some maybe society there that you would know.
Yeah.
And then speak to people. Don't do it all by yourself, because this country, if you try to do everything by yourself, my sister, my brother, you could go mad, because it's, you know, as much as we sometimes we talk about only the negative things about this country. This country is beautiful, and there's so much in this country that as well that you can explore. You understand? You can explore. So sometimes we shouldn't only talk about how hard it is, but it's hard, but people, it's doable, and there's more opportunities there. So find ways how you'll be able to navigate through the system.
I think it's hard. We're saying it's hard in the sense that it's different from what we're used to. It's just change. You know, we humans, we don't like change.
No.
So when that change comes, we, you know, struggle a bit. So that is in the sense we're saying it's hard. You know, it's easy for you to get help and everything, but when you come here, it's different. So like the point we've raised today, join a religious organization, make yourself known, socialize with the people, get integrated in the community, you know, get to know, go to your child's school area and ask for people that live in your area. And when you get, there's something I always say to people, a lot of people say, oh, I don't like making friends. I actually like making friends. I love making friends, and friends have been so helpful for me. So, which means the importance of relationship cannot be overemphasized with humans. We are not created to be lone creatures. You might be an introvert, you might be an extrovert, but the thing is, we are creatures of relationship. You have to have a relationship. So when you come in here, try as much. We're not saying you should go out partying every day, but try and have that relationship with your
Find
one or two.
somebody
We're
that
not
you
say,
trust.
yeah. She
You can't
really
live,
said that.
you can't live in an island. You can't
No,
live by yourself.
I can't live in isolation. You can't
because
do that.
it's sometimes it can be difficult. It can be overwhelming from work, life, from come home and everything. And maybe your child, only one child, he might need a friend or she might need a friend.
Yeah, because play dates as well. The children have to go on play dates.
So it's very important that we get to be able to know people and then get help. It's good for our social life, good for our mental health, it's good for everything. So don't isolate yourself, don't sit by your house by yourself, don't go through what you're going through by yourself. It might not be a school issue, it might be a different issue, maybe a husband issue, maybe money issue, it could be any issue. Don't carry all the burden by yourself. Find a friend that you can trust and you can go to and you can speak to. And sometimes they say a problem shared
is half solved.
So you go to a friend and talk to them about it, and you feel that you are more relieved. But a friend that you call a friend, a friend that you can trust, a friend that you don't go and tell your story to, and the next day the whole world knows about it. So when you're finding that friend, make sure you study that friend and make sure you know that this is a friend that I can trust and I can lean on.
Use your intuition.
So yeah,
I just want to say something quickly. We're sitting together because our children are in the same bubble at school, so we're in the same bubble, so that's why we can see without our face masks and everything, because we're in the same bubble. I just wanted to put that there so nobody goes into a panic mood. No, we're in the same bubble. And
I got to know Jane through school pickups and everything, and we've become a very, very good friends. And that's don't feel shy of asking, and don't feel shy.
Funny thing, we have children of the same, our older children are the same age and in the same age group, and then our last ones are the same age group and the same class as well. So we've been doing this for how many years now?
For almost 6 years old.
So
so know that you're not going through by yourself. Everyone is going through what you're going through. Sometimes you might have a husband, but your husband might leave home early and it's still hard. So find someone that you can trust and find someone that you can leave your child with, and then share, do a car share or pick up time or whatever. Or you need somebody that you can go to when you are down to talk to or to speak to. So please.
So thank you so much. So I believe you've gotten some points today. You're coming here, this is some of the things you have to have in mind. You have to have in mind the social group, teachers or parents in the same school, they live in the same area with you, or they have centers, community centers in your area. It's all the places you can get to meet people and socialize and help with child share. So I would just want to say very big thank you. Do you have any final words before we call it for anyone?
Thank you too for inviting me. And my final word is all in the words that we've said already. Don't go through anything by yourself. You need someone in your life. And so whether it be a husband or be whatever, get a friend or get a husband.
But even if you're married, you didn't get pregnant on your own, a man. So even if you're married, you still need
somebody, or you need
just definitely in this country. I just want to say cheers to many more. We've come a long way, and I just want to say yes to many more years of successful friendship. Cheers. And thank you for joining us. Hope to see you in our next video. And I think she's very busy, but I'm going to still find a way to drag her to tell us more, because she has rich in knowledge and experience in these things. So people should tell her, come back. So tell us in the comment section, you're just coming to England. How is it? How have you been coping? So we're just going to end this vlog here and say thank you and see you in our next one.
We love you. Thank you for your time.